Now, hello everybody. I hope you've just watched the last episode in my mini series, and now we're going to continue learning about technical analysis, history, market psychology, and how I feel like it points to a bear trap. Now, and this is my orange graph. As you've seen, we went through the green graph a little bit earlier. So the orange graph, what I've done, let me see, I'll expand here. The possibility of getting a double top. Now that would be having even something to a similar to a lower low, which where we finished. So you can call this a double top, two tops. Might be better if I move it to the day graph for you. Hold on, let me put it in the day graph. Now I have no issue calling that 1, 2, 3. Any one of them you can call it a double top. A double top is negative and says we can go down, and double bottom is positive, says we can go up. It's when we want to break something, we test it once. If we test it twice and we're still there, well, we could probably come back the third time. It's the more retests generally the better. It's good to buy on the second retest because then you know there are other people there buying with you, but everyone else isn't. Everyone else is like, what's happening? I don't understand crypto, so they're not buying yet. So it might take another go. They need to see the price go up a little bit before they're like, oh, it's gone up. You should be buying at the bottom, but people need that. So luckily, if you don't want to go down today or next week, we have a gigantic cloud right underneath us. Now the cloud, as I told you, is pretty strong resistance, and the bigger the cloud, the stronger the resistance. You can see over here, we were stuck under a big cloud. Let me see how big the cloud is. That's a big cloud. It comes all the way up to here, I think. Now let me see. Yeah, big cloud.
Oh, it's thick.
And here it was very thick. Now to get over it, we waited for a smaller gap. Look, the cloud is getting smaller, and we jumped over it. So we can jump over, like it looks like we jumped over it, as opposed to, we can bounce in it and go over. We can jump over it and go over. And we obviously can't go under it. Now we can get stuck in it on the way across. But at this height, from my perspective, I'm of the opinion it's going to jump over it. If price was moving along this line, I wouldn't be so optimistic we'd make it. So we've been testing the cloud. We tested it here, and we tested it here. Now, these may not be traders who are buying at the cloud. You have to remember these indicators just help you. And some people use some of them and some people don't. So I expect us, the cloud, look over here. This would be a much easier task for the market maker to send price down. Currently, the cloud might change shape. And we'll see how long it takes us to get to the top line. And remember, I'm expecting to get there, hit it, and come back down. Now, like this. So this is not November. Please don't think it's November. I've just drawn in lines. I don't know when it is, but Jay, do you know what a good way to try and figure things out is?
Look back. Maybe look at the history of the graph.
Look back at history. All right, let's do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into 2013. This one? Yep. This one? Yes. Now,
is that Bitcoin?
This is Bitcoin 2013. Now, we looked at this yesterday and we talked about the bear trap. Jade called it a bull trap. She's new and she's learning. Now,
yeah, I don't know much, but
this is the trap here. This could be considered a spring. If you were looking at wildcraft accumulation, you would call this a spring. I find wildcraft accumulation is useful after the fact because we don't know if we're going up or down till it happens, which is a lot of the indicators. When you use market psychology and history, you can see what happens at these times. So in 2013, what happened? Let me see. Oh, look, I've put in dates. We had a peak on April the 8th. That sounds interesting. I feel like you all know when we had a peak this year. Let's double check. Let's go back to our original graph. Get out of the way now. We had our peak here, April the 12th. very similar. I'm not saying this is going to happen again, but it'll show us the number of days that one in 2013 took, which remember would have been a faster cycle from my. I'll go back to 2013. After we had our peak on the 8th of April, and our spring on the 6th of July. Let's see when we can find the spring for our current day Bitcoin. This was our spring here. That was on the 19th of July. Distance between the dates is getting longer, and one would assume that to be the case, as all the cycles measured from the top to the next peak have been longer. And that's something we can do in another video if necessary. Now then I can ignore the, okay, we broke the support band. First time we broke over the support band. When was that? The 26th of August. 26th of August. Now here's our support band. We got stuck in it, broke over here. The 9th of August. Things are going faster. Now, that will have a lot to do with the momentum on and moving, because this is the bull market support band is in a position because of all the past history. So we broke it earlier, and we didn't, I'm not considering this a test. A lot of people try and consider lots of things tests. I'm like, no, this is a wick. Give me a weekly candle to confirm that we've had a test. Little speck like this, nobody's buying that. I need a full candle. So we haven't tested this in the best way possible. Can we continue on without testing it? Yes. Would I like to? No. I really want to test it. I would love to test it 2-3 times and then shoot up. We're like, well, we would go fast if we tested it 2-3 times with real day candles. Now back, we had our trap on the 1st of October. Now, please, I'm not trying to guess what days we have it. Not at all. Well, look where the 1st of October is, over here. So if we stayed on the green line, that would only put us at 55, 56, apologize. And I think we're going to get higher to our orange line on the other graph, which is 59-ish. So I wouldn't be trying to bet on knowing what dates this is going to happen based on what we saw in the previous graph. But what I would do is understand that the time between them was relatively short. Okay, these are weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever. 20 weeks. Okay, and off she went. And we've been in it a little bit longer since we came down. And I felt we could go sideways for another long length of time watching this green line. There you go, I think that's enough. Let me see, can I think of anything else that is important? Bitcoin dominance is something I will talk about again. When I'll give you a quick snippet of what I'm going to do because of it. I will be buying more Bitcoin than usual at the bear trap, because Bitcoin normally leads the bull market. When it starts off, it goes faster than everything else. Then it slows down and the rest of the alts go. And a lot of people on YouTube who don't do enough studying of history try to explain that this was the start of the bull run. And then they're like, why is Bitcoin not going first? Why are the alts going? This is not a bull run yet. The bull run has not started. I'm confident the bull run will start. Bitcoin will go first after it gets its bounce. This was on a bounce. If we did here, it was a bounce. We went really down and then slowly moved along. No bouncing. This is not a bounce. This is why we've come up so slowly. I know a lot of people might think this is quick for Bitcoin. If you bought here, you feel pretty great about yourself. This is not quick. I expect to be going an awful lot quicker. We will be screaming, carrying our bags of coins up to the very top. Check it out. Next time we'll do a few other things and I'll look at these graphs again. Thank you very much for listening. And remember, graph and take profit. Goodbye.